Aloha, I'm Sabrina with Begin Being, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about practicing gratitude in reverse. So I've made a couple of other gratitude videos and the importance about practicing gratitude. And with this one, it's a little bit of a twist. So when you're trying to manifest stuff, or when you're trying to bring more abundance into your life, whether that abundance is like financial abundance, maybe a new relationship, or maybe better physical health, you're just trying to really get your goals. Well, one of the things that you can do with manifesting is, and one of the ways to bring manifestation to you, is to do reverse gratitude. So I'll kind of give you an example of some of the ways you can play with gratitude. And for example, I was going to the grocery store one day and there was this item that I was going to get, and I'm like, why am I gonna get this? I don't understand why I'm getting this. I don't need it right now. But I just kept getting this message, no, you need to get this. I'm like, okay, great. So I put it in the cart and, take it home, put it in the shelf and, forget about it. And then later on, time goes by and everything. And then later, I ended up needing that very thing. And again, I'd run out of the other, part of it, or I'd run out of my old one. And so then I was like, wait a minute, didn't I buy one? And so I go in the cupboard and sure enough, there it is, just waiting for me. And so it's something that was so simple. It was just a grocery item. It wasn't that it was a big deal or anything. However, when you're in the middle of making something and you need that ingredient and you've already made the rest of it, it's super annoying to find out you're out of the last ingredient you need to add in. So I was very grateful that past me had decided to buy it for some reason. So in that particular moment, I stopped and I took the time to thank my past self. So I thanked my past self for something that, like I said, it was so simple, but I thanked my past self for going ahead and listening to my gut, trusting my gut, trusting my intuition, and going ahead and buying that item. So thanked past self, and not only did I thank my past self, but I was so grateful that I'm please do these things more. And so then that brings it into the future as well. So if I'm thanking my past self, and I'm saying, hey, bring this into the present, into the future, please do this more. Please give me these kind of signs more. And I thanked my past self for listening to me. And I actually sent a message backwards in time. I'll explain the in time in a moment. But I sent a message backwards in time to my past self. So remember when I was at the grocery store and I was I don't know why I'm buying this. I don't need this. Why am I getting this message to put it in the cart? Well, the message came from somewhere, right? So here's the thing. In the present moment, I actually concentrated a little mini meditation of sending my past self that message to buy the product. So because it had already happened in my past, I had a memory of buying that product. So what I did was, in my current state, I pictured exactly what was happening at the grocery store in the past, and I sent a message, buy this item. So I basically put in reverse that I needed the item. Now, I do this often. So say something good happens, something really good happens. What I'll do is I'll be thankful for that event happening, and then I'll look and I'll think, okay, is there anything that happened with this event that I could help it? So for example, with the grocery store, I sent the message back to my past self, hey, buy this item, we're gonna need it. And so I look and think, well, is there anything in any other situation where maybe I can send a message back, or maybe I can do something now to affect the past so that it affects my present. You guys got that? I do something now here in the present to affect my past so that whatever I do in the past actually now affects my present. Now, the reason why I did the time is because according to quantum physics, time doesn't exist. linear time, like we know it, like we thought we knew it, doesn't actually exist. Technically, everything is happening all at once. So my decision right now to affect my past, I'm using terms like present and past, but technically those terms don't exist. I'm using them because it's English and, language, and I have to communicate to you somehow. But really, everything is happening all at once. So that's why you're actually able to affect your past. Now, reverse gratitude. So you can also be thankful for something that hasn't happened yet in your future. So let's say you don't have that relationship that you want. What you can do is you can go into like a meditative state, and you can meditate in a way that you're feeling the emotions that you would feel when you meet Mr. Right, or whoever that is for you. So as an example, if I'm trying to attract a man, one of the things that I could do is I could go into a meditation and I could feel and experience what it would be like to be with that man or to meet that man. So I can feel the emotions. Maybe I'm feeling like love, maybe I'm feeling happiness. I'm feeling all the different emotions that I would be feeling in a new relationship. Maybe there's like excitement in there. So I'm really feeling all of those emotions of this thing that I'm trying to manifest, or that I have already manifested. And so I'm feeling those emotions. And in that moment, when I'm feeling all of those emotions, be thankful, be grateful. So if you then so you're in the present moment, you're envisioning something that's happening with your imagination in the future, and then you're taking that as if you're already in the future, and you're thanking your past self, which is technically your present self. But in that future memory, so you're basically creating a future memory. In that future memory, what's happening is you're feeling all of the positive emotions that you would feel when you get that event. And then you're thanking your past self, which is technically your present self. And same thing if you want like a new job, a new career, if you want to go on to do something different. You feel all of the amazing emotions that you would feel when you have that new job. You feel them, and then you thank your past self. Thank you for getting a message to apply for this particular job. Thank you for being in that right place at the right moment, that maybe you heard about this job like from a friend of a friend of a friend or something, or you happen to be somewhere where you hear about the job and you're like, oh, that's the one, and you go and apply. You thank your past self, which again technically is your present self, for all of those things that you needed to do. Now, here's the catch. So say you are now in that new relationship. Like you found the dude or the girl or the whatever. You found the person. You're in the relationship. Well, now what you have to do is then again, you thank your past self. So, which would be again, technically your present self, but your present self is sitting here doing a meditation, like envisioning this person that I want to be with, or envisioning this job that I want to have, or maybe envisioning like the body or the lifestyle I want to have, envisioning like eating healthier. I'm doing these meditations and like envisioning all of this stuff. And then it happens. It's the future, well, technically your future, but it's the future now, which then becomes the present. So then once it happens, you go back to that meditation, and you tell that person meditating, you tell that person, here's what you need to do. You need to, like you give them an inspiration, like you need to go to the park, and maybe that's where you meet the guy. Or you need to go to this job fair, and maybe that's where you get the job. Or you need to go take this training so that you can, be a coach or whatever it is that you're wanting to do. You need to study or watch these YouTube videos. Maybe you can become a YouTuber. But basically, you're doing whatever it is that lights you up. You're doing whatever it is that excites you. And you're taking that and doing that meditation. And during that meditation, again, you're either thanking your past self, you're creating your future, or you're doing a mix of all of it. And again, remember, the important part is when you get your future, when you get that manifestation, to remember to go back and send messages. Maybe there was something like little. For example, like using the thing at the grocery store, you know, walking down the aisle with a shopping cart, and out of the corner of my eye, like this, you know, the product like caught my eye. And so maybe it's that, like, turn your head, look, picture the product, get the product, like just send a picture, a mental image of that picture, and think about all of the different things that would have had to have happened to lead you to go get what you're wanting. Again, I'm using something super silly, like a grocery item, but obviously I would have had to have gone to the store that day, right? So maybe I am now picturing giving my past self a message, go to the store that day, or whatever it may be. All right, well, I hope this helps you with getting your manifestations and viewing gratitude in a different way. Because if you can view gratitude in a different way, then you're more likely to get your manifestations, because gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to be able to get your manifestation. All right, well, thank you all for watching. I appreciate you all, and I will see you next time in the next video. Mahalo.